Economics, Chapter 2, People as Resource. And the topic that we are going to do today is economic activities by men and women. Now before we understand that, let us first concentrate on the term economic activities. So economic activities are all those activities which help us to earn our living, which help us to earn money. So somebody can be a doctor treating patients and earning money from there. Somebody can be a teacher going to school and drawing a regular salary. Somebody can be a businessman doing his business and earning his regular money or profits. So all these activities, the main motive behind all these activities is to help a person earn his living. So economic activities are all those activities that are undertaken with the sole purpose of earning money. So earning is the main purpose or the main objective behind economic activities. Now we further divide or we classify the economic activities into three sectors, that is primary sector, secondary sector and the tertiary sector. Actually there are 5 sectors apart from primary, secondary and tertiary. There's also quaternary and quinary sector, but maybe I can discuss the other two in a separate video, because in NCERTs it is only about primary, secondary and tertiary sector. So let us concentrate on these 3 for now. The other two, a separate video can be made. So primary sector is that which is concerned with the extraction of raw material. So this is more related to the natural resources that a country has, like land, water, forest. So this sector, the primary sector, as it is the basic, the word only is primary, so it is the basic sector that is going to provide the raw material or the inputs for the other sectors. Primary sector will include agriculture, fishing, animal husbandry, mining. All these, see, if you look at all of these, they are in some or the other way, they are providing raw material or the inputs. Talking about the next sector, that is the secondary sector, it is concerned with manufacturing and construction. So what is the secondary sector doing? It is simply converting the raw material into the finished goods. So what is the raw material? Raw material is coming from the primary sector, that is getting converted into the finished good under the secondary sector. So we can understand that with a simple example of, let's say, sugarcane. Sugarcane comes from agriculture, from the primary sector. Sugarcane gets converted into sugar, which is the final good, the finished good, and this conversion is being done under the secondary sector. So what is the secondary sector doing? It is converting the input, the raw material, into the output or the finished good. Now talking about the last sector, that is tertiary sector, it is also called as the service sector. So what is this service sector doing? Service sector is, or the tertiary sector is providing the necessary services to all the other sectors. So just for example, agriculture needs funds or maybe factories needs funds. For that they can approach a bank, which will come under the tertiary sector. Likewise, factories will be needing transportation facilities for carrying their finished goods into the markets from where the customers can buy it. So that transportation will also come under the tertiary sector. So that was the division of economic activities into primary sector, secondary sector and the tertiary sector. So now that we've understood the meaning of economic activities, let us also understand that economic activities has 2 parts. That is the market activities and non-market activities. So market activities are those which help us to earn our remuneration. These activities will fetch us money. Whereas non-market activities are those which, even if are performed, they will not help us to earn a remuneration. Simple example can be that if our fathers are working with a company, they are going out and working in their offices, they are drawing regular salary from there. So that will be an example of a market activity. But if her mother is staying at home, she's not going out and working, she's staying at home, looking after the household chores, looking after the children, cooking food for them, looking after the family, for that work she's never been paid for. So that will be an example of a non-market activity. Now one question that must be coming to your mind is that if this activity is not helping us to earn, then why is it falling under an economic activity? The reason for this being a part of economic activity is that even if the mother is staying back at home and looking after the kids, teaching them, cooking for them, she's adding value to the economy. If she's making her child learn something, she's helping in skill development for the country. So even if she's not earning, but she's definitely helping indirectly, but she's helping the country to progress. She's helping her little one to learn a new skill, to be educated, to have that knowledge. So ultimately, in a way, she's helping the country to grow and progress. So that is why this activity is also falling under the economic activity. Now talking about our country and how the roles are being set for the men and the women, our country culturally and historically is so designed that men are the ones who are always go out and work, and women are the ones who are staying back, looking after the family, doing the household chores and be involved in the daily household work. So they are not really going out and working and earning. So if we skill them, if we provide them the skills, the necessary skills, they will also go out and start working. But with meager education and low skill, they will not be earning at par as the men are earning. So to bring them at par with the men, to make them equal, to do away with that gender disparity, we have to upskill our women. We have to give them the necessary education, the necessary degree, the necessary talent and the skill to be able to compete with the men in all industries. So that is about the economic activities of men and women. Where are the men engaged, where are the women engaged, and how can we engage them in better areas. That's all for this part of the video. I hope you've enjoyed the content, and if you have, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel Neha Jani Classes, and do leave your valuable feedback in the comment section. It will be of great help. That's all for today. Thank you very much and have a good time learning.